In this tutorial, we are going to beautify the pages or the posts that we created in earlier tutorials. So let's choose one of these. I'm going to go with all posts and choose things to do on an island. Okay. I have some images saved on my desktop. This is my access file. So I have the lagoon optimized image. I think it's been resized to 200 wide, 200 pixels wide. If you don't know how to do how to resize images or how to work with images, then take a look at my other video tutorials on resizing images in Photoshop. Right, so for right now I've got this image and then I've got another boat image which is 500 wide. So let's start by adding a featured image to this. And I've already uploaded it. In fact, I'm going to delete this because I did this earlier, just to show you the process of how that's done. So I'm going to grab these two images and I'm going to just select them from my desktop and left click and drag and release. It's pretty easy, huh? The other way to do it is you can upload files by doing upload and then select files, and you can navigate to where these images are and upload it that way. It's a good idea to add titles to your images when you create them. For right now, I'm just going to keep this simple and copy the name of the image as the alt text. Alt text is important for SEO, so try to choose something that is appropriate or that is keyword rich. Okay, I'm going to set this as the featured image since it's the larger of the two, and then I am going to add. I'm going to click at the front of the intro paragraph here, and I'm going to choose add media. Again, you can upload the files as you are creating or as you're going through modifying the document, or you can upload them in advance and just go to the media library like I've done here. So we'll choose this one because this is the 200 by 197. I'm just going to say lagoon. You can add a description, you can add some caption. Just say this is caption text. And then description, let's keep that the same. Alignment is either left, center, or right, or none. Okay, default is left. I'm going to leave that on the left. It's going to either link to a custom URL if you want the picture to be clickable. So for example, if you created like an offer and this is a buy now button, you would choose the button, place it on the page, and then choose custom URL. But in this instance, this is just an image to kind of beautify the content, so I'll choose none. Full size is an option to change this to 150 by 150. For a thumbnail, I'm going to leave it full size and I'm going to insert into post. Now wherever that was, this is where the post is going to be. But the nice thing about this is that and you shouldn't really rely on it too much, but it does give you a preview of what the web page will look like. But it's always best to update the page and then take a look at what it looks like in the real final rendering. Okay, so right now, I mean, you can go and you can change this caption text if you'd like. In fact, let's make it sound a little bit better. Let's say blue. And I'm going to do update. And let's go and refresh. Actually, that wasn't the page. Things to do on an island. Okay, let's go there. And now we see this is the preview or the featured image. And then down here, this is the post. So it's floated to the left with the text, and then you've got your other text wrapping around it. Okay, this doesn't look as good, So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to break it at some point here so the text flows a little better, and maybe I'll push this over to the right. So we can do that by selecting the image, clicking edit, change the alignment to right, update, and then I'm going to just change that, break it down there, update. Okay, that looks a little cleaner. All right, so your picture is now on the right hand side, doesn't go anywhere, so you can click it, but nothing's going to happen because we didn't set this up to be a link. And you've got your text. Now the image really doesn't look that good. What I tend to try to do is try to fill the space with an image. So I am going to right click in the browser, and I'm going to choose inspect. You can also do Control Shift and I as a shortcut. And let's see, how wide is this? So you hover over, this might look a little intimidating, but it's not really. Just hover over it until the blue area is highlighted and it's basically over your image. This is the container where the image is basically being rendered in. So right now it's being rendered inside this div container, and if you look at the top of the image, it's showing that it's 840 pixels wide by 335. So let me just move this up again. I'm going to go over it again. So it's 335 tall by 840 wide. So all I'm going to need to do is maybe get the image to be 840 pixels wide, and it'll fill out this whole area here instead of leaving this white space here. So how do we do that? Well, we just got to modify that image. So I'm going to go back, and on my desktop I have an image that's been, if you look at the dimensions, it's 840 by 271. So I just basically took the image in, cropped it, resized it so that the dimensions was 840. And now I'm going to go back. I'm going to remove the featured image, and I'm going to set a new featured image. I'm going to drag this guy in, and I'm going to select that one, but this image I'm no longer needing, so I'm going to delete this. It's a good idea to kind of do house cleaning like this as you go along and not just leave it, because images add up quite a bit of take up quite a bit of space, and if you're doing thousands of images, it adds up to quite a lot. So clean up where you can. Select this, make sure that this is highlighted blue. Let's add a caption. Actually, we don't need a caption because this is going to be for the featured image. So we'll just do Blue Lagoon as the alt text. Alt text does not show up, by the way. Alt text is for screen readers. So when someone's hovering over an element, it actually reads out what the image is. So that's why it's always a good idea to make sure that the alt text is a accurate description of what the image is about. Okay. Set featured image. Now let's say update. And before we had this image, and now if we refresh, it should fix that. Now it's nice and neat. It's wide across. You've got your title above. You've got your post image, and maybe we need to break this content up a little bit. How do we do that? Well, that's easy, because if you've used any like Word text editor, Microsoft Office or something like that, Word, then this should be second nature to you. Let's choose a subheading, and I'm going to just say, I'm just going to call this subheading 1. If I can type today. And I'm going to select anywhere inside and choose from the drop down heading 3. And in fact, now that I've added a subheading, this is going to break. And I'll show you what's happened. Let's update this. It's going to break my layout because the subheading, and not to get too technical, but an H or a heading element, any of the H1 to H6 elements is a block level element. And what that means is it takes up the whole entire space by default. You've put the image in the front and it's floating to the right. So how we would fix this is we would actually move this image down in front of the beginning of the text here, okay, in front of the first paragraph or inside of it. So we'll take this guy and move him there, and that should fix it. So update. Let's refresh that. Okay, so now you've got your heading, you know, things to do on an island, and this is some kind of subheading, and then you've got your text. And now let's add another subheading down here. Subheading 2. And again, I'm just clicking inside the subheading to change it to an H3. Another way to do this is to highlight everything and choose H3. Okay. I want to bold a couple of characters here. So let's say I bold that, and let's italicize this and underline. Let's underline these. You can also change text color, and you can also align and create bullet points. So let's say this is list of items, right? Say item 1, item 2, item 3. So I'm going to select all, and then I'm going to choose either a numbered list or a bulleted list. So I'm going to go with a numbered list this time. And then list of items. This is not necessarily a subheading, so I'm going to choose heading 4, which is a little smaller. Seems kind of opposite, but heading 1 is actually the largest and heading 6 is the tiniest. It's the number actually refers to priority, not necessarily size, or importance rather. So here's your list of items. You've got item 1, 2, 3. What else can we do? Oh, let's add a link to one of the other articles or one of the other blog posts. So let's assume that this text connects to the other blog post. Okay, I'm going to select what I need to, highlight it, choose insert edit link. So instead of doing a URL, you can put the exact URL in, or you can just link to existing content, which is better. So since this is the post for things to do on an island, I'm going to link it to my best blog post. Add link. Now everything turns blue and underlined. In fact, if you wanted to, you could, when you click in it, you can see where it's going to go, the path. And you can edit that as well if you want to change it. I'm going to make this bold. And if I don't want my links to be blue, I can change that to, say, red. Let's update. Let's go back here, refresh. Alright, so what did we add? What did we change? We added the subheadings, we bolded this text, we added another subheading. This is a link to another blog post. Changed the color to red, and we've got a list of items here with some underlined text in this last final paragraph. So that's how you can kind of improve the look and feel of a post and give it some, improve the structure of it, break out the content, make it look a little bit more readable. It's, if you click on this link, Now it would take you to my best blog post, and there you have it. That is what you do. You would do the same for any page. Now there's a couple of other things that you can do. You can also embed video in a post, or you can embed an audio clip in a post as well. And I'll tackle that in the next tutorial. If this was helpful, please like and share.